Hello again everyone, welcome back to another video on this wonderful platform we call the internet. And this time we are talking about Kung Fu Panda 4. So, it came out in digital, so I rented it and watched it, and well, I must say that I didn't mind it. It was somewhat better than what I thought it would be, but it was still kind of disappointing, I must say. What is it with fourth movies in a franchise being nowhere near as good as the previous three? I mean, Transformers 4 didn't have Sam Witwicky and all that in it. Completely new cast except for, like, Peter Cullen as Optimus, of course. I mean, don't get me wrong, Mark Wahlberg is a great actor and all that, but it was just such a sudden switch, you know, like, yeah, like, I mean, in Transformers 3, you know, Megan Fox left, but at least the rest of the cast was there, and then Transformers 4, all of a sudden, almost entirely new cast, except for one. And then, Pirates of the Caribbean 4, I mean, it was okay, but once again, just like Transformers 4 was just, something about it was just off. And yeah, and now with this, same thing, but with Kung Fu Panda. So the budget was cut in half, or probably a bit more than half, and it was a last minute decision to include the Furious 5 in it. Like, should that really be the case? No, they should have been in there to begin with. So, just gonna go right from the bat and talk about the villain. So, the villain, voiced by Viola Davis, great performance, all that. Character was cool, like, with abilities and appearance and all that, like, that was pretty dope, I must say. But, in terms of the chameleon's motives, well, yeah, apparently she decided to become evil because, well, she wanted to learn Kung Fu, but every dojo or whatever she went to, she was immediately dismissed because she was too small. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold that thought. She's too small, yet there is, at the towards the start of the movie, there's reference to a really small character with a really small battle axe, and then there's also Mantis, who is like literally like less than a quarter of her size as well, I think, and yet he's one of the greatest kung fu warriors in the Kung Fu Panda universe as well, but she's apparently too small. How could she be too small if there are others out there that are actual Kung Fu legends, such as Mantis, that are even smaller than her? I mean, technically, one way of what's the word? Of making that not really an issue is that maybe the dojos or whatever it is that she went to weren't taking in candidates of her size. That's one way around it, is that the dojos she went to only took candidates that were a certain height and size and whatever, but that's more than likely not the case. So yeah, once again, there are others that are smaller than her, and they were able to learn Kung Fu just fine. So yeah, and now also, like the other movies, there is a message, a hidden message, not that message, or that message, but, you know, like, at least from what I can tell, the first movie was about just being you, at least I think it is, just be yourself, and capitalize more so on your strengths than your weaknesses. Second one was about letting go of the past and learning to move forward, and the third one, I'm not too sure, but yeah. And in this one, there is a slight message about changing for the better and that it's not too late, but it just didn't hit as hard as the messages in the previous movies, you know? Like, it was still there, but it just didn't quite hit as hard and all that. Like, didn't reach the mark or whatever it is, I guess you could say. So they could have done better than that. And yeah, and another side note. Well, now for some pros about it is it actually looks good. It's not entirely in the same style as The Bad Guys and The Last Wish, but I think it does have a bit of that style in it, while still sticking to the original art style from the older movies, like the older Shrek movies and older Kung Fu Panda movies, while still using a bit of that new style and effects of the other two movies, The Bad Guys and The Last Wish. And it just looks really good. Like, it actually looks very highly detailed and stuff like that, like with fur strands and all that sort of stuff, and environments and all that sort of stuff. So that's another thing. And the fighting, as always, looks really good as well. Character designs are also good, especially Chameleon. Like, she looks pretty dope. Like, actually looks really good, like costume wise and overall appearance wise and all that. And yeah, Jack Black, as always, is the MVP. And yeah, so I didn't mind it, but still kind of disappointed. And the whole thing of him no longer being Dragon Warrior, I don't know, it just seems not really far-fetched, but just odd. Like, I'm pretty sure that's quite an important title, and once you earn that title, whatever it is, I'm pretty sure you have it for life. I'm pretty sure that's how it would work. Once you're chosen as something with such a high title like that, I'm pretty sure you have it for life. Like, yeah. So I can say I'm looking forward to see what number 5 has in store for, like, with the whole thing of that new character being Dragon Warrior and Poe being the somewhat wise teacher and all that. Looking forward to see how they handle that, if that is the case in the next one. But in terms of villain and writing and all that, and the message, do better. Like, be like the previous 3. So DreamWorks was doing so well, like, just straight up consecutive W's. You know, The Bad Guys was good, and then Puss in Boots, oh my god, that movie was fucking fire. So yeah, they were doing so good, and then they just fumbled the bag or the ball or whatever the saying is really with this movie. So yeah, it's a shame to see, but hopefully they can pick it back up and all that. Like, unfortunately, it seems like those other 2 movies were just a fluke, but hopefully they can get back on that track, because yeah. Anyway though, let me know in the comments below if you have seen this movie or not, and if you did, what did you think of it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you somewhat like it, like me? And yeah, so thank you for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.